From the National Newsroom of the Canadian Press, I'm Naira Ahmed. Canadians are joining in on protests against the Trump administration, dubbed the No Kings movement. David Hamlin-Schulenberg is the chair of the Quebec chapter of Democrats Abroad. The group represents U.S. citizens living outside the country and organized the rally in Montreal.
Around the world today, people are standing up today under the same banner, whether it's No Tyrants or No Kings, from New York to Berlin, from Toronto to Tokyo, and right here in Montreal. People are gathering to remind the world that democracy isn't something we inherit once. It's something we defend every single day.
Over 2,000 No Kings protests are scheduled across the United States today, with many demonstrations also happening in cities like Paris and Berlin. It marks the third mass protest since Donald Trump's return to the White House. Abroad, Israel says Hamas handed over 2 coffins of deceased hostages from Gaza to the Red Cross. It comes as Israel announced Gaza's sole border crossing with the outside world in Rafah would stay closed until further notice, tying it to Hamas's release of remains. That came shortly after the Palestinian embassy in Egypt said it would reopen on Monday for people returning to Gaza. Hamas called Netanyahu's decision a violation of the ceasefire deal. Under the ceasefire, for every 1 dead Israeli hostage Hamas returns, Israel returns 15 dead Palestinians. The deal is supposed to see the exchange of 28 Israeli bodies for 420 dead Palestinians. 2 months ago, Ottawa announced $1.2 billion in support for the softwood lumber industry, and BC's Forest Minister Ravi Parmar says the federal government must distribute the money faster to save jobs in BC. Parmar's appeal comes as the federal government announced yesterday a loan of $12 million for a paper mill in Northern Ontario.
But it is frustrating that Ottawa continuously steps up for Ontario, for Quebec and other provinces, and continues to drop the ball when it comes to British Columbia. It's unacceptable.
Parmar says forestry is to BC what the auto sector is to Ontario and what the steel sector is to Quebec. But he is concerned that forestry has not come up in recent trade discussions with the United States. In British Columbia, a passenger ferry vessel has struck a humpback whale near Vancouver in English Bay. The Department of Fisheries and Oceans Canada says the whale was observed swimming north after the contact, but did not provide details on the condition of the animal. Last month, researchers found a dead humpback near a site where it was reportedly hit by a BC Ferries vessel off the province's northern coast. And an 8-year-old boy whose left eye was removed due to cancer is cheering on the Blue Jays while supporting a new prosthetic bearing their logo. His new eye is hand-painted by a doctor from Sick Kids Hospital in Toronto with a gold iris and baseball seams, along with the Jays logo on top. This is the Canadian Press. In sports, 6 Canadian teams are on the schedule in NHL action. The New York Islanders beat the Ottawa Senators, and the Edmonton Oilers are in New Jersey in the afternoon games. Tonight, the Winnipeg Jets welcome Nashville. The Montreal Canadiens take on the New York Rangers at the Bell Centre. The Toronto Maple Leafs host Seattle, and the Calgary Flames visit Vegas. The Montreal Alouettes are in Ottawa today for the second game of a home-and-home series against the league-worst Red Blacks in the CFL. Also, the Calgary Stampeders host the Toronto Argonauts tonight. The Toronto Blue Jays are off today after falling 6-2 in Game 5 of the American League Championship Series last night against Seattle. The best-of-7 series heads back to Toronto tomorrow, with the Mariners ahead 3-2. If the Jays win tomorrow, Game 7 will be Monday in Toronto. The winner of the series will face the Los Angeles Dodgers in the World Series after they swept Milwaukee last night in the National League Championship Series. From the Canadian Press, I'm Naira Ahmed.
Thanks for listening. Don't forget to follow and subscribe. For more of today's top stories, visit thecanadianpressnews.ca.